Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam. My friends, finally, the name has been revealed. For months, people were wondering who Trump would pick as his running mate. And finally, we know Trump's decision. Donald Trump has chosen Ohio Senator JD Vance as his running mate. Senator JD Vance. For months now, people were having lots of discussion about who Trump might pick for VP. Some people said Kristi Noem, some people said Nikki Haley, some people said Doug Burgum, some said Tim Scott, some said Vivek Ramaswamy and Byron Donalds, and Ron DeSantis and Marco Rubio. Different names were discussed. And finally, we know Trump's decision. Trump has chosen Ohio Senator JD Vance as his running mate. My friends, I know that I have had lots of different thoughts on this matter. For months now, I have discussed various names, and I know that on my YouTube channel, I asked people during live stream videos, I asked my viewers who they think should be Trump's VP. And people expressed different, people mentioned different names. They expressed different reasons for the names that they mentioned, and people kept guessing and guessing and guessing until the final moment, which was yesterday. Yesterday, that name was revealed, and I was paying attention to all the news updates, and I know that I think it came down to like Doug Burgum and JD Vance and Marco Rubio and Glenn Youngkin and Tim Scott. I think these were I think these were the names on the short list as of yesterday. And finally, it was mentioned that it's not going to be Doug Burgum, it's not going to be Marco Rubio. And then that moment came when the name was revealed. Trump posted on social media, on Truth Social, the name of his running mate, JD Vance. And then reactions poured in. People expressed, their thoughts and their comments regarding this decision. And what I'm hearing from people are good things. People love this decision. People love the fact that Donald Trump picked JD Vance. And after the name was revealed, I thought for a while. I tried to read Donald Trump's mind. I tried to understand why he picked JD Vance. When you look at some of the other names that were on the short list, for example, Tim Scott, experienced legislator. Marco Rubio, experienced legislator. Doug Burgum, very successful businessman and a great governor. And so you look at all these names, and Glenn Youngkin, obviously Glenn Youngkin is, he's a star. He's a star in Republican politics, governor of Virginia. So you think about all these individuals with lots of experience in business and politics, and then you look at JD Vance, who is also very successful, but he's a freshman senator, and he's very young compared to some of the other names that were mentioned. JD Vance is young. And, yesterday evening, the name was revealed in the afternoon, yesterday, and I thought about it for a few hours, and in the evening, I think I figured out why Trump picked JD Vance. It is time for the millennials to step into the limelight in American politics. That's really the message that I get from by observing the political developments, and by analyzing Trump's decision. It is time for the millennials to have an active, very active role in American politics. And I mean, this is going to be amazing. Trump obviously is a senior citizen, but he's strong, he's sharp, and he's very successful. And I'm hoping he's going to be president again. I'm going to vote for him, and I've said that a million times probably. I'm going to vote for him. I am a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump in 2016. I voted for Trump in 2020. I'm going to vote for Trump in 2024. And so Trump is a very senior leader, and then he picked someone who is significantly younger than him. He could have picked someone who is in his 60s, 50s, 40s. JD Vance is in his 30s. JD Vance was born in the 1980s. He's a millennial. And so by picking JD Vance for vice president, Donald Trump is really sending a message that it is time for the millennials to have a very active role in American politics and in policymaking. And we have seen for the last a few years that millennials have been running for Congress. They're playing an active role in politics. But this decision by Trump really, really shows that a millennial can be on a presidential ticket. The world is moving forward at a very fast pace. Very, very fast pace. Just look at how fast technology is evolving. Just look at the last decade. Look at the evolution of the smartphone. Look at the evolution of tablets and laptops. Devices are changing every year. Look at things like AI, artificial intelligence. Look at the world around you and see how fast everything's changing. And so it's important to have the younger generation involved in politics. Not just involved in politics as political activists or strategists or as volunteers or political consultants. I'm talking about the younger generation having a real role in this country's decision-making process. By selecting JD Vance for vice president, by selecting a millennial as his running mate, Trump is sending a message to everyone in this country that it is now time for the millennials. It is now time for the millennials to have a very active role in the decision-making process in government at the highest level. At the highest level. And I am very thrilled. I am very happy. Since yesterday afternoon, I have been thinking, why did Trump choose JD Vance over Doug Burgum? Why did Trump choose JD Vance over Glenn Youngkin? Why did Trump choose JD Vance over Tim Scott? Why did Trump choose JD Vance over Marco Rubio? Why did Trump choose JD Vance over Kristi Noem? And honestly, at one point I had said, well, there are so many people out there who consider themselves never Trumpers, and a lot of those people vote for Nikki Haley. They did. Even here in Wisconsin, when the presidential preference vote took place, Nikki Haley got a lot of votes. And so I had said, and this is all on record because whatever I say is on video, or my voice is captured in a podcast episode, so it's all on tape, it's all recorded. I said that maybe Trump should pick Nikki Haley just to make sure that the presidential ticket, with Trump and Haley, gets all those never Trump votes, never Trump Republican votes. And then I didn't stop there. I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. And then finally I arrived at a decision that it should be Tim Scott. And I wrote a letter to the editor, which was published in New York Daily News, and I said, Trump should pick Tim Scott because Tim Scott is the only U.S. senator whose name Trump mentioned during the presidential debate between Trump and Joe Biden that took place last month. And then Tim Scott is also someone who has a great relationship with Trump. Tim Scott is somebody who's going to be able to have a great working relationship, and obviously Tim Scott is an experienced legislator. He has a cheerful personality, and so finally I said, it should be Tim Scott. First I said Haley, then I said Tim Scott. But then I also said that if it's Glenn Youngkin, that's going to be great. And I also praised Doug Burgum. After watching his, GOP primary debate performance last year. I praised Doug Burgum. And then I also said that whoever Trump picks is definitely going to be a great choice because I have complete confidence in Donald Trump. So as I discussed the different names, I did say in the end that I have confidence in Donald Trump. So whoever he picks is definitely going to be a great running mate. And Trump picked JD Vance. And I thought about it. As I said, I thought about why Trump picked JD Vance and not the other people whose names were being mentioned. And I understand why. Trump wants to bring Trump wants a relatively younger running mate, somebody with a lot of energy, somebody with a bright mind and fresh ideas, and somebody who is going to be able to energize the voters across the country. Somebody who is confident, has a great personality. Somebody who knows how to face challenges and how to defeat the challenges in life and how to move forward, how to be successful. That's JD Vance. I have not read his book yet, Hillbilly Elegy. I have not read his book yet. I plan to read it now. But I have heard great things about him, and the fact that he's a millennial, that sends a strong message across America that it is time for the millennials to move forward and to have a real active role in American politics and in American government, in the policy making arena. So I am very happy. The decision was announced yesterday. It was great to see Donald Trump and JD Vance. I watched on TV. I saw them together. And it was wonderful. And this is day 2. This is early in the morning, July 16th, 2024. And I am looking forward to seeing Donald Trump and JD Vance campaigning. And this is a great team. And the Trump-Vance ticket will have the support of conservatives and freedom-loving Americans from across the country. Freedom-loving Americans from across the United States will support the Trump-Vance presidential ticket. It is time to vote for Trump-Vance. November 2024, coming up very soon. I know we are in July, but time moves very fast. And November 2024 will be here. And we're going to be voting for the Trump-Vance ticket, the Donald Trump JD Vance presidential ticket, to make America great once again. My friends, thank you for continuing to listen to my podcast. Please share with me your thoughts. Please let me know what you think about the Trump-Vance ticket. I look forward to hearing from you. Please stay connected with me. Go to my website, tosifanam.net. If you want to send me an email, email me at the following email address. The email address is tosif@tosifanam.net. Thank you once again, my friends, and I hope to be back again soon with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam.